I started my business because so many salespeople start a job and they're not given adequate training. And I've seen this time and time again where they're just kind of thrown to the wolves and then they go on a performance enhancement plan because they're not doing well. And then 9 to 12 months later, they're kind of kicked out of the company or they quit on their own free will. And there's so many amazing salespeople out there that just aren't given the right training. So that was one reason. And the other is so many companies out there do not consider themselves salespeople. So they really struggle when it comes to selling their product. So I want to be able to help them have that paradigm shift so they realize that they are in sales. They don't have to feel sleazy. They can go out there and sell and grow their company and be the best that they possibly can be. So those are the two reasons. Background prior to starting my business, I've worked in sales for a very, very long time. I worked in the restaurant industry for 10 years, and I would use these little sales techniques to take something as simple as a bar check and take it from $50 to $100. Then I got into gym memberships, and I did very, very well there. I mean, I had at one point, I was selling 800% of what our goal was for personal training. I sold cars. My biggest learning lesson came from timeshare, which was I actually was not good at it at all. And I had to really learn how to sell. I had to really learn how to, connect with people, build rapport instantly, ask great questions, and show value quickly. And what eventually happened was I went from not being able to give our product away to getting $50,000 within 2 hours of meeting somebody. And then from there, people started asking me questions like, how are you doing this? How are you doing that? So I was doing these kind of impromptu coaching sessions. And then that's when I wanted to start helping more people, learn what I learned. My ideal client is any person who has to sell something and is not comfortable doing so. So if you are a very, very, very good salesperson, you're probably not going to like me. But if you are a new salesperson and you're struggling figuring things out, or you have a company with a great product or a great service and you don't consider yourself a salesperson, but you know you need to sell your product and you just can't get past that, you feel sleazy or you're not confident, you're the type of person I want to work with because I want to help you figure out that your belief system so that way you can realize like, oh, I'm not a sleazy salesperson. I have an amazing product, an amazing service, and I just really, really want to get this out there. And I'm going to do it the right way, and I can be myself doing it. What makes me different than all the other sales coaches out there is I'm focused on making you be yourself. So if you're an introvert and you're thinking you have to be someone you're not in order to sell, that's not true. I want you to be yourself and sell a lot of your product, of your service. I really focus on your belief system. I focus on how do you be a person? How do you be a human being? How do you connect with people? And ultimately, how do you show people who you really are and they buy from you? Because at the end of the day, people don't buy your product, they're buying you. So that's really what I focus on. I'm not teaching people 1,000 ways to overcome different objections. That's all part of it. But I teach people how do you be yourself? How do you make connections? And how do you sell that way? Fun facts about me. Um, I have lived in a lot of states. I've lived in North Carolina. I'm from Maryland, New York City, Los Angeles, Hawaii, and I have a degree in theater. And I did stand-up comedy for a very, very long time. That's why I lived in New York. I lived in LA doing it. I also worked for American Idol at one point for a season. So I've done a lot of stuff, been in a lot of cool places. There you go.